What's up, everybody? It's Man of Low Moral Fiber here. My name's Luke, and in this video I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm actually going to be starting a new game and attempting to take that character all the way to overpower level 8 completely legitimately. Now, that's something that I haven't done, and I have been very vocal in the past that I do not like the game pre-Ultimate Vault Hunter mode. But, like I said, I haven't done it before, so I will give it a try. Now, I am going to be playing as my favorite character, Zero, to try to get as much fun out of this as possible. People often ask me what head and skin I use on Zero. The head is called Special Edition Forgotten, and you get that head, obviously, from having the Special Edition version of the game. The skin that I use is called Are You Still There? And you get that from playing Poker Night 2. Now, I'm going to be starting the character here. We'll just leave him named Zero. I might name him something else as we move forward, but this is one of my least favorite parts of the game, absolutely. I feel that the introduction of this is way too slow, and it's definitely one of the weakest parts of Borderlands 2. I absolutely consider Borderlands 2 to be a classic, and I think that it will be seen as such for a long time, but for a lot of people, this was probably a very irritating part of the game. That's definitely the case for me personally. I find the in-game gameplay in Borderlands 2 to be absolutely awesome. I find it to be very artistic, very high-quality gameplay. However, the very early part of Borderlands 2, is very boring gameplay, very bland gameplay, and it takes a while to even get into that. Right now, we're just waiting right now to even be able to move around. And I don't really find that to be a good way to introduce a game at all. I very much don't like having the control but being unable to move myself. And granted, that doesn't last for very long, but just from the very start, it puts a sour taste in your mouth, especially since there'll be all these pop-ups and stuff that come across as well. I'm interested to see right now what type of rifle we got. I do have the special edition of the game, so we are going to be getting the golden guns and stuff like that. Let's see what kind of rifle. Ooh, we got a muck-a-muck. It's got a bad fire rate, but it should have some kick to it. What grip is that? That doesn't appear to be the Jacob's grip, but I'm no grip expert, to be honest with you, on what the sniper rifles look like. We did get the Jacob scope, which zooms in a little bit too far for my liking, but overall we'll be fine. I prefer the dull scope on sniper rifles. It will definitely be interesting to see what guns and gear we get as we play through here. I should mention now that I am going to be playing Sniper Zero throughout this run because I think it will be easiest to keep up with Sniper Zero's gear as we go through. Obviously, he needs a few Pimpernels, a few Lyudas, a good antagonist shield, a few relics, including Bone of the Ancients and Stockpile relics, class mods, including the Legendary Sniper and Rogue class mods. We really don't need that much that's hard to farm. One of the hardest things that we're going to have to farm is going to be a longbow slag transfusion grenade with max child grenades and lowest fuse time possible. That would be the Zero fuse. But if we are having too much trouble farming that, a slag O negative, which is extremely easy to acquire, can substitute for us for some time. Would definitely prefer to have the perfect longbow slag transfusion grenade, so we'll definitely need to keep an eye out for those. Anyway, again, the game is just going very slow right now. I don't find this pacing to be entertaining. It's something that I don't like. Obviously, they have to introduce the story in some way, but for the most part, this is just absolutely mind-numbingly boring. They give you a little bit of area to explore, so I guess you can keep yourself occupied with that. But with a game with multiple characters and stuff, it's really hard to justify starting a new character when you have to run through all of this nonsense again before the game ever even opens up. Obviously, this is marketed as an RPG shooter, and we don't even get to spend our first skill point until level 5. In fact, there's a button on your input device, the action skill button, either left bumper or F, doesn't do anything right now. It is useless, and I find that to be just mind-numbingly aggravating, to be honest with you. I don't really see a point in handcuffing the player like that so badly. Beyond that, obviously we can only hold 2 guns right now. I don't see the point in arbitrarily unlocking the 3rd and 4th gun slot as we play through the game. I don't see any problem with having that available at the very start. It could only increase a player's fun in my mind, but apparently that wasn't what the developers wanted, and that's not how we get to play the game, unfortunately. Instead, we get to play the game handcuffed to Claptrap, and we can't move very fast. So I'll try to keep a, positive demeanor about this, but honestly, I am not a fan of this slow-moving nonsense right now. It's just quite boring. I guess they show you what some of these boxes are like. They start introducing Angel and Handsome Jack dialogue very, very shortly. So they do progress the story. It's not that they waste this time, it's that I feel that they could have used it definitely more efficiently. We have still yet to even fire a weapon, or I guess we could fire the weapon now, obviously, but we've yet to have a reason to. And this stuff is just too slow for my liking, and I had some friends who really gave up on the game quite early because it takes so long to open up, so long to become, anything dynamic, anything that has any depth to it at all. It takes so long for that to happen. Instead, we're stuck here waiting on Claptrap to eventually come around here, and I don't see the point in this. It's almost insulting to the player in some ways if they've ever played a video game before. I know that they have to make it friendly for beginners, but this stuff, it just takes way too long, and I'm not a fan of it at all. Anywho, let's get ready to kill some of these bullywongs. So this is where we'll be facing our first enemies. And I guess that's cool. I missed my first shot. That's bad news. Unauspicious start, that's for certain. But now we can start killing them. I would have definitely preferred a Diube. That's the one with the Vladoff barrel. Because, obviously, I think Badass rank is probably on. That's garbage. Ignore the fact that I had that on. I hate that that's on by default. I hate Badass rank as a concept, and I'll get to that at a later point in time. Anywho, right now we're just killing these enemies. One shot from the sniper rifle, especially if it's a critical hit, is most likely going to kill them. I expect Knuckle Dragger to take 3 to 4 critical hits probably. We'll drop down here and kill some of these guys. Obviously, we have to wait for Claptrap for them to really count. Otherwise, they're just going to respawn. But I really don't have a problem with them respawning. I do not feel threatened by them at all. The challenge at normal mode, or lack thereof, is very underwhelming. And as a result, the game can seem very, very boring at the start. And I have been very vocal about my opinions on that. People are very critical of the scaling in Ultimate Vault Hunter mode, but I find the scaling in normal mode to be absolutely egregious because it's too boring. I know friends that just quit the game because there was no tangible challenge. They thought the game was a joke. And to be honest, I absolutely have to agree here in normal mode. It's incredibly aggravating to play this, knowing what the game can be. But I guess they have to bring people into the game somehow. You have to introduce them to the fold in some way, shape, or form, but in my opinion, this is definitely not the way to do it efficiently. So we're very quickly getting close to our first boss here. I say quickly, but obviously that was somewhat satirical. Eventually, they will introduce Knuckle Dragger to us here and give us an opportunity to fight him. Like I said, I expect it to take approximately 3 critical hits to kill him, possibly 4. It's been a long time since I've done this, obviously, so that's just guessing. But I don't anticipate it being very tough. Hell, maybe he'll drop a Hornet for us. Who knows? Right now, though, again, we're just kind of waiting on him. So, I think people also were somewhat put off by this opening, perhaps because Borderlands 2 was marketed in such a way that it seemed very fast-paced, very quickly moving and stuff like that. You know, the dubstep ads and such. It definitely seems weird to then start the game so slowly after you've just had Doomsday, be the theme song for the game or the theme song for the promotional videos and stuff. It just seems definitely like not truly depicative of the game, like poor advertising, I'd say. They didn't really show what the game, or this doesn't represent what those ads were demonstrating, is what I'm trying to say, basically. This is moving too slow for those crazy 87 bazillion guns and more nonsense over-the-top ads that they had and such. This just does not fit that description. It's way too slow. And honestly, it definitely put me off. I was a little bit disappointed by the beginning of this game, despite my hype level for Borderlands 2, which was immense when the game came out. I was very much anticipating this game. And so I was definitely willing to work past this part, even though I found this part to be absolutely mind-numbing. Luckily, we're getting much closer to something that can actually be construed as fun, so we're definitely looking forward to that. But again, more plot development has to go on here. And I don't know why they chose to move the plot here completely separate to the plot pieces at which they move the player. So they're showing us here that Claptrap doesn't have access to this stuff, but Angel does. Introducing Angel as our, helper and friend as we progress through this. But it just takes way too damn long. It takes way too long. And the fact that they do that while the player has absolutely nothing to do except run in circles like I'm doing now, I don't know, it's almost insulting in a way. It's like, give me something to do. I can pay attention to the story and play the game at the same time. And it's designed for people who can't, apparently. And to be honest, like I said, that just feels like it is almost insulting, that it's handcuffing the player in a way. And I'm not a fan of that. And we're definitely not past the hand-holding section of the game. Luckily, they cut out part of this, everything we've gone through so far on the Ultimate Vault Hunter playthroughs, and that was definitely a good move because this is just too damn slow. Not a fan of this at all. But, some people do happen to be a fan of normal mode and stuff. I don't quite understand why, but those sycophants do exist. So, I'll give it my best try here to enjoy it and everything. But, like I said, it is just not ideal at the moment. Ah, man. So I'm killing these bullymongs now. I do think that we have to wait for Claptrap to get here for them to actually not respawn. I'll wait on killing this one just a little bit. Or I guess I could just kill him now. It's not really a big deal, but we may have to kill a few extras of these. I guess they'll just give us extra experience, so all in all, it's definitely a good thing. I hate this slow-firing sniper rifle. I really don't like bolt-action Jacobs in general. But, it's only going to take one critical hit to kill an enemy, so that's not too bad. They do make enemies early in the game drop health vials with shocking frequency, really. So as long as you get a kill every now and then, you'll probably survive. Beyond that, they're in like every single pile, as you're noticing as well. Can't wear that shield yet. It's for level 3. I guess I'll just go ahead and pick it up so that we have stuff to sell. Like I said, I'm trying not to use Gibbed at all, even for money, which is sometimes an irritating constraint to me when I'm just trying to buy ammo and enjoy the game. But, some people appreciate that as well. They say it adds a sense of realism to the game. I don't know. Personally, I find it irritating. Another thing I find irritating is the relatively low backpack size. I know that a lot of people have complained about that. I do believe that the backpack size is limited. They say it's for creative design purposes, but I really think it was due to console limitations more than anything else. And they don't say that because they want to try to save face, I guess. I don't really see a reason not to say it, but it seems pretty obvious to me that it was console limitations that limited backpack size. I don't feel that a smaller backpack contributes to the game in any positive way at all, even though statements have been made like that by Gearbox. Now, some people have been very critical of certain Gearbox staff, namely Randy Pitchford in particular, and have very low expectations from the studio at the moment, but I still have very high expectations for Gearbox and for the possibility of a Borderlands 3 in the future. I feel that Borderlands 2 is an absolute classic and a game that will be very fondly remembered for a very long time. And I think that Gearbox is definitely capable of turning out another Borderlands 2 caliber game. And I think that Borderlands 3 will be every bit as good as Borderlands 2 and hopefully better. But that's just the optimist in me. There are a lot of pessimists out there at the moment that definitely don't think that. And they see some of Gearbox's recent staffing changes as evidence that the company is no longer what it was. And I definitely don't see that. Gaming companies switch employees all the time. This isn't Kojima leaving Konami or anything like that. They lost, definitely some key people in their staff and in the production line of Borderlands 2. And I don't want to minimize that or, pretend to mitigate, rather serious losses in their creative development process. But I think there were replaceable pieces for certain. I feel that the formula they have for the Borderlands series is definitely a winning formula. And as a result, I feel that Borderlands 3 definitely has a bright future. But again, that's the optimist in me, and there are some people who are very pessimistic. There are some people who give Randy just unfairly bad rap. I mean, just be happy that a CEO of a multi-million-dollar company is taking time to communicate with you. If you could constantly berate him with stupid questions, stupid demands, stupid everything like that, yeah, he'll ignore some of you. He'll be somewhat rude to some of you. But again, it's hard to please everybody, and a lot of people asking him questions and bothering him are among the stupidest people in gaming, so I can understand his disposition at times. Anywho, we're going to give this eye to Sir Hammerlock here. He's going to put it in Claptrap. It is worth noting, though, that a CEO most likely has very little involvement with the actual gameplay mechanics in a game and such. And so asking him to adjust certain mechanics in a game is just mind-blowingly stupid in my mind. But some people are into that kind of stupid stuff. So we've got Claptrap alive here. Speaking of stupid stuff, waiting for this entire diorama-type scene to happen here is just, I don't know, it's just massively boring for me. Eventually we'll get to more combat, but again, this stuff, it just seems very disingenuous gameplay after the advertisements that Borderlands 2 had shown, because it was advertised at such a high speed, such a frantic pace, and this right here is just, ugh. I mean, ugh. I can't stand this part, but eventually the game does open up and it lets you play. Like I said, there were friends that I really had to coax through this part, had to play with them and constantly reassure them that the whole game is not this boring, just for them to even get past this nonsense. Because really, this is not worth my time, this right here. This isn't worth anyone's time. This is boring. And I really don't find a self-respecting gamer to appreciate this little sequence of the game very frequently. Anywho, we're definitely going to take that. We're going to put our shield on. We're going to grab Claptrap here. We could do some of the side quests, but right now I want to kill Boom Boom, basically. Ideally, I would like to make it all the way to Captain Flint in this episode, but I probably do want to keep the average length of these episodes somewhere in between 20 and 30 minutes, and I'm not certain that we'll be able to get to Captain Flint in 30 minutes, but we're going to try. I should have opened that for Claptrap a little while ago, definitely. Killing Boom Boom shouldn't be too hard. I've got a strategy for it, you know, and that's circle to the left there to start, and that's what we'll do. I'm going to kill these guys here. Obviously, we'll have to re-kill some of them once Claptrap gets down here, but for now, we're okay. Worst case scenario, we get a little bit of extra experience after Claptrap gets down here. That's really not the worst thing that could happen to us. Oh, apparently we have to go escort Claptrap, though. We have to stand within a certain radius of him to get him to move. This is bad game design, plain and simple, and it's something that I do not like in any game, where an NPC that you have to follow moves at like half of your run speed. That is not fun. Anywho, these guys are going to respawn once Claptrap gets close enough. Right now he's showing us this telescope like a Price is Right girl. Eventually he does get down here, and that'll be good. Alright. Protect me, Squire, he'll yell. And then we'll actually get to kill some things. Thank God. Wow, one critical hit didn't kill that guy. He must have had a fairly hefty shield. That's alright. We'll pass these guys. I guess I could pick up this quest. I'm not worried about it, though. I wanted to switch my quest over, but this is another little slight irritant that the game does. If a quest is currently talking, you cannot switch that quest objective. I don't really see a point in that, but, you know, that's something that they do. I wonder if they did that because changing the quest, you know, causes dialogue mess-ups or screw-ups or something like that. I'm not entirely certain, but it's not a feature I'm a fan of, to say the least. So we'll kill these guys. They give decent EXP, obviously. Boom and Boom give a significant amount of EXP, so we might farm them in a little bit, I don't know. But right now we're killing these guys. Again, no action skill, no grenades. I feel a little bit naked, to be honest. But we're almost done with this, so that'll be good. Perfect. Just a couple more dudes. Hopefully they don't take the same hide tactics that other one did. Ooh, fire damage over time from a very early point in the game. Definitely got to love that DOT. It definitely makes the game more enjoyable. That is for certain. Alright, so let's kill this guy. Perfect. Probably want to be above health gate before we attempt to take on Boom and Boom. Not that I expect them to be incredibly challenging, but it would just be foolish not to. Some good barrels here. An introduction to another element that I definitely want to see removed from Borderlands 3. At least give the player the option to turn barrels off. I don't see them as a contributing factor to the game in any good way. They're just aggravating to me personally. So we picked up all those guns there. That's good. Do we need to look at anything else? We still haven't got health vials, which is what I was kind of looking for. And to be honest, that's kind of sad, but whatever. There'll probably be one in here. I'm optimistic. Still, no. There'll be 2 lunatic bombers here. We'll kill them. Maybe they'll drop health vials. Alright, so neither of them dropped a health vial. And so that's also kind of aggravating. But I'm just going to go grab one from one of these bullymong piles that aren't going to be too far from here. Hopefully. You know, that's what I'm hoping for. Again, no health vial there. No health vial there. Really, game? Well, that's just fun. So I guess we'll go attack Boom and Boom without being above health gate because the game doesn't want to share any of the health with me. I must admit that I'm not a huge fan of that, but whatever. We probably won't need it. Claptrap, I'm coming. Now, see, now he's pushy, right? That's almost aggravating. Oh well. I guess Zero's too tall to make it through there efficiently. Yes, Claptrap, I'm coming. Alright, so now Boom and Boom are coming, and I definitely want to be over to the left a little bit so that the cannon has to turn quite a bit to reach me. Ideally, I'd like to kill the little one first, I guess, and that's what we'll go for. I was going to say I'll try to kill the guy on the cannon first, but seems a little bit unreasonable, so I'm not going to mess with it too much. But see, if you run over here to the left, it takes him a little bit to turn into you, and so that's definitely a good thing. The little one hasn't presented itself yet, so I decided to kill him on the cannon first. Alright, so we'll definitely watch out for these guys' stomps and such. I forgot that that was that hard to get around, I guess. So let's find one of them and get ready to kill him. Definitely want to outrun his torque shotgun here. Again, no action skill, do feel kind of naked. Otherwise, I'd be going for a good, end of deception shot on one of these guys. Try to maximize my damage potential. But I didn't do any quest or anything before coming here, so as a result, I don't really have that luxury. Perfect. That filled my health up, so that's good. Alright, wow, I didn't ever see his homing missile attack before. Perhaps that's because I've never really fought him for this long before. Or at least it's been a really long time since I did. It's weird that he seems to have less health than his little brother did, but it's perhaps possible that I leveled up and so now I do more damage. Anywho, we finally get to use deception now, so that makes the game more dynamic, and that's definitely a good thing. We didn't get a bonus package, unfortunately. We can come back and farm one of those in a bit. Right now, though, like I said, the goal of this episode is to make it to Captain Flint. So, Claptrap's going to tell me to use the cannon here, and we'll use the cannon. That'll be good. Alright. So we'll shoot it again. Perfect. Okay. Now there will be some dudes running in, and I forget how much damage it does to them. Oh, looks like it did a pretty good amount of damage there. So I guess we'll stay in this. We don't need to get out and use our sniper rifle or anything, because we can just kill quite a few of these guys like this. That's good. We're not really getting a ton of EXP for it, and I might be able to kill them quicker with my sniper rifle, but this is obviously kind of a foolproof method. Alright, cool. So, looks like there's still some coming. At this point, I'm tired of shooting that thing, though, so we're just going to use this. Alright. I missed a shot. That was terrible. Ooh, some more fire damage over time. That's fun. I would like to spam kunai here, but obviously I don't have that luxury, so we're not going to. These guys really aren't giving that much EXP. I should probably just run past them, to be honest, but oh well. I forgot that they do jump up in there. That's kind of aggravating. Could have got into some trouble with that, probably, but ended up alright. I heard that cannon moving, though, and I got a little bit scared, to be honest. So now we're going to be moving down here. We're going to be getting to the gate where we can take on some of Captain Flint's men, I guess. Obviously, some of these guys have been Captain Flint's men. I believe Boom Boom and stuff were his first mate. So, obviously, our main antagonist in this small central location is Captain Flint. But in the grand scheme of things, it is Handsome Jack. However, we want to kill all of them, you know, eventually. But in this episode, Captain Flint in particular. I only have 15 sniper ammo, so that's a little bit irritating for me, but not a huge deal. I would like to kill these Rack as they come at me here. Rack are an irritating enemy from normal mode all the way up to Ultimate Vault Hunter mode. Obviously, they're way more dangerous at Ultimate Vault Hunter mode, though. Alright, so we killed all of them. Trying to get a little bit more sniper ammo if we can, but, you know, we don't have too much, but we're not doing too badly either. Keeping an eye out for a Vladoff sniper, though. I would love to get a Droog at some point, even though that seems, you know, highly unlikely. I forgot that we had the silly contraband sky rocket, whatever it's called. I don't really like that grenade. Obviously, it's powerful at low levels. Not useful in Ultimate Vault Hunter mode because it doesn't scale, or not useful in Ultimate Vault Hunter mode over power levels at the very least, because it doesn't scale to over power levels. It only goes as high as the player's level. Perhaps they could adjust the scaling someday to make it go to OP8 if you are OP8 equipped, but that seems unlikely at this point. Cool. And so we'll kill dudes as we work up here. I'm unsure whether or not you can get easy critical hits on Captain Flint. I usually kill him with a Pimpernel, to be honest, if I'm playing Sniper Zero, so who knows? Might be very interesting what we fight here. Have to be a little bit careful with our low ammo count right now, but we should be okay. Obviously, one critical hit is enough to kill almost every enemy. At least any normal enemy without a shield. Badass enemies and enemies with shields, reserved, but these guys, definitely one critical hit kills on them. Keeping our eye out, though, for a better sniper if we do come across it. Where is this guy? Alright, so he's there. Deception looks weird without the bore highlights, but that is just because I'm accustomed to playing Zero with bore constantly, I guess. Cool, now we got quite a bit of ammo, so I'm a lot less worried about that. I could go ahead and skip some of these dudes, as I've demonstrated how to before, but if we level up before Captain Flint, that's definitely not a bad thing. I miss having Killer and my other kill skills because they're definitely a lot more fun. Same with Critical Ascension and Rising Shot. I like to watch my numbers stack instead of doing the same amount of damage every time on each enemy. That's always aggravating. I guess we're even going to have to find a way to farm Moonstones because we are going to need to be, or not Moonstones, excuse me, Iridium, because we are going to need to buy ammo SDUs and such, which is just peachy. There's our dude there. Ah, I missed that shot on him there. Ooh, looks like someone has a pretty powerful gun. That's fun. It's the badass too, isn't it? Nope. Someone seemed to have a Torg weapon, but I don't know who it was. Perhaps I should find a better than level 1 gun to take out Captain Flint with. Who knows? Right now we're killing things with it, though. So, it's hard to argue with it. Oh, look, here's the little machine that I never knew was there. Let's sell some of this crap so that I can pick up better crap. I guess maybe I shouldn't have sold that iron. So, let's see. Do we have a better shield in here? I don't know what I'm currently wearing, but we're definitely going to take that quick shield because that looks awesome. It's green. That's perfect. Okay. That iron, it's level 2, so I'm not too worried about it. If there was a level 6 gun in there, I'd keep it, but I'm not worried about any of that stuff right now. It's all negligibly different than the sniper rifle I'm currently using. Besides the fact that I only have 13 sniper ammo at the moment, obviously there is eventually a ammo store that we can buy more ammo from, so we'll keep that in mind. Definitely time to replace our SMG here with this Jacob's gun. We get 2 shots out of it. That's pretty sweet. Definitely can be used for charging enemies. Probably not super powerful, but powerful enough for us in this case. Playing a little bit slow here. Usually I just skip all this stuff, but, you know, might as well get the full effect here and kill all of these enemies. Doo-doo-doo. It's weird how relatively benign all of these enemies are compared to, you know, OP8. His backpedal just destroyed me. It was kind of a charge, too, not even a backpedal. Still destroyed me. I think that guy was the one with the Malawan pistol I was hearing. I can't be certain. Alright, so where's the next alive dude? Up there. There we go. Alright, so now we got 5 ammo left. We're definitely going to have to scavenge for ammo a little bit. Obviously, there are 3 enemies kind of protecting, or not protecting, but harassing Claptrap up the hill there. So, got to be careful about that. Alright, so we got 1 round left. That should be enough to kill this guy. I'm just going to hit him at the right time, obviously, so that we don't miss that shot. Now we definitely need to acquire ammo from somewhere, because we don't have any to take out the dudes that are right around the corner there. That should be 12 rounds, which should be enough to kill these 3 dudes, but it's only 6 rounds, I guess, because we have so little ammo. Huh, that's interesting. That's something I guess I didn't know, that at normal mode, you get less ammo drops. It makes sense, I guess. Alright, so let's open these. No good ammo spots here. Ooh, didn't know about this red chest either. Let's see what we got in here. Some pistols and no sniper ammo. That's perfect. Let's pick up all of these, I guess. I would really like more than 6 sniper rounds. So I'm going to open a couple things here. Oh, perfect. Now we got 12. That should be plenty. Alright. So let's line up a shot on one of these here. Possibly the one with the gun if we can. Because this guy isn't going to be as tough. Oh, this guy didn't die. That's awful. Whatever. We've saved Claptrap at this point. Unfortunately, that did take a significant amount of ammo because now we don't have enough to fight these next guys. But we got 6 more there, so feeling good again. It feels weird to play off 6 ammo at a time, but that's how we're doing it, so oh well. I wanted to wait till the defend Claptrap thing was active there so that hopefully we can minimize repeat killings. Alright, time to test our shotgun. Looks like it's plenty functional as a shotgun. And that's excellent for us because that increases our total ammo capacity by quite a bit. Still prefer the sniper though because I can kill at range. Alright. So we can either fight our way all the way up, and I think I'm going to do that because that will put me at level 6. And that will enable us to kill Captain Flint possibly a little bit easier. Definitely stupid to waste 2 sniper ammo on that, but it drops some stuff, so let's make sure that we collect it, and it looks like some of it was indeed sniper ammo. So that's good. Alright. Should we kill these guys? I don't know. It just seems easiest enough to... apparently I can't. I was going to say it seems easiest enough just to jump up here and do this. But if that doesn't work out for whatever reason, we can definitely kill them and go up the normal route. But for right now, I'm going to do it this route just so that we can kill these guys from a position or a, you know, advantageous vantage, I guess is what I wanted to say there. Sometimes I want to use really big words and just don't have the speed for it. That's a shame. Both my tongue and my brain fucked me up there. I have a really fat tongue, and sometimes it makes it hard for me to say certain words. Not worried about ammo here because there is an ammo store, obviously, between us and Captain Flint, who is very nearby at this moment. What's weird is that these enemies don't regenerate health. I guess they do regenerate shield, obviously. But you don't have to kill one enemy if you've damaged that enemy here at normal mode because they don't regenerate, which is weird to me. That's a mechanic that I kind of like in UVHM personally. Ooh, look at that. We're now going to do so much more damage. We got that plus 4% critical hit damage. These guys are screwed now. Alright. So we're just going to knock these guys out just because I want them all dead. Not necessary, perhaps, but, you know, I don't want their red dots confusing me in the Captain Flint fight, I guess. Not that I really have to justify it, just because. Alright, let's see what these guys dropped. These are obviously the Moxie Fap Huts up here, which is kind of funny. Got a TMP there. Obviously, you can see what I'm saying. But let's move forward. I'm getting a little bit worried about the Captain Flint fight. Usually, you know, I do the side quest and stuff first, and I get the better sniper rifle for delivering the Bullymong fur. So it'll be interesting to see if I can kill him with this level 1 gun. Definitely. Is this a better shield? Nah, it's not a better shield. The shield we got's legit, so we'll be alright. Alright, so he's literally going to be way back there. Maybe I can just, you know, put rounds in him until he dies. I don't know. I hope I can hit critical hits on him. I truly can't remember. I kill him with the Pimpernel or melee ordinarily. He's got like a little mask. Maybe he can only be critical hit from the back. I'm not entirely certain. He can be a pretty dangerous enemy, obviously. He has the fire DOT, his shoulder charges and stuff, his axe slam. He can be a tough guy. But I don't know if we can get critical hits on him. So that'll be interesting for us to find out. Until then, I guess we should concentrate on killing all of his friends. That's a bad miss for me there. Alright, so let's kill that, begin to back up, and really see how we're going to fight these guys. It'd be nice to have kill skills, obviously, but we don't, so who knows. Alright, so, oh god. That attack is very, very powerful. Luckily, our shield's going to start healing here in just a moment, especially because we took this super sweet route and avoided him. Alright, so let's see. How are we going to deal with this guy? Awesome. That took a chunk of his health off at the very least. Again, level 1 gun. Probably not the best option for taking this guy out. He's a pretty tough boss. And in his fire mode, he's pretty invulnerable, so we have to be careful about that. I did trick him. Alright. Ooh. So I want to get a little bit away from this. But we're so close to killing him that it's hard for me to get too far away, obviously. Oh, man. That was a bad shot there. Oops. Poorly played. Ooh, I need deception. Ooh, got in a bad spot there. Okay, so let's get most of the way away from most of these guys, and then we'll hit that guy real quickly there. Perfect. Hopefully this fire DOT doesn't kill me. That's what I'm hoping for at the very least. Looks like it's not going to, so that's good. Weakness leads to deathness, is that what he said? That is a sweet line. So Captain Flint's doing his thing again, which makes it very hard to hit him. Speaking of things that make it hard to hit him, his fire gun scares me quite a bit, so that gives me pause as well. Alright, so again, level 1 gun, pretty inferior option to be taking out this boss with, but, you know, that was cool, whatever he just did. That was sweet. Alright. So definitely having a lot of trouble with this. It's actually more enjoyable than I thought it was. Again, I still don't like the feeling of being so crippled, but I can understand ways in which you might at least be able to make this somewhat entertaining for yourself. You just set off my trap card. Your death approaches. Ah, terrible. Okay, so I'm running out of health. There he is again, so we'll run away from him. Okay, so we definitely got put in a bad spot by Captain Flint here. Oh man, I was really hoping that he would keep his head turned just long enough for us to get another critical hit. Alright. We've definitely killed quite a few things here, but not him yet, unfortunately. Alright, so is he still on fire? That doesn't bode well for us, actually getting the kill on him here, but we're going to try. Dang it, the fire rate on that gun just kills me. Uh-oh, that's going to take us down. We've caught multiple DOTs. We're dead. Nope, not quite. Alright, so this is just aggravating. Definitely a reason why you want to get a better gun, though, before taking on the boss like that. You know, we made it, so, whatever. It's not a great start to the series, but it will do. It does go to show that I was very unexperienced with playing the game from the start like this. Obviously, when I restart OP8, I just run straight to Captain Flint and kill him no problem. So, I guess that shows me that I am going to have to scavenge for gear quite a bit, you know, as we run through it and stuff. And I guess maybe that's what people find fun. I don't know. I'm in it for the experience, though, and like I said, I'm not going to be using Gibbed at all, and it'll be interesting to see how we are able to make it through. So, yeah. We'll definitely hit this red chest up, see if there's a better shield for us in here. I like the ones with the low recharge delay, so none of those really seem too great to me. But I will pick them up so that we can sell them, or at least a couple of them, I guess. And now we'll move forward here. I think we turned in a quest to Claptrap here. We might level up to level 7, and that would definitely be really nice. We are eventually going to need to replace this silly bolt-action sniper rifle, though. It would be really awesome to catch a nice fire Malawan at this point, or, you know, something. Okay. So we'll go to this next area. I guess that'll probably be the end of this episode. I think it's probably gone an appropriate length of time. So, as always, guys, I thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate it. And this is where we will be picking up in the very short future. I hope you guys are going to enjoy this series. I'm enjoying it a little bit more now that we're out of the hand-holding section. So, like I said, I look forward to doing the next episode. I hope you guys look forward to seeing it. Bye, guys.